Good evening. I'm Rafi Martinez in the Darkness, point 5 episode. Um, yeah, we are in the middle of heavy research into what the next episodes are going to be. So we also have to take this week to work on that. It's not going to be the next episode. It's going to be the episode after it. But it's a lot of research. We're trying to do a bit more ambitious things here. You know, try to teach you some things so you're in the loop on some of the references we make in terms of conspiracies, government stuff, and all that. So it's going to be a good topic. It's probably going to be a two-parter episode, if I'm being honest with you. It's pretty expansive because we are talking about the career of one man, and you have to get it right. You know, at least you have to get the events right. Like, that's when editorial comes in. And I will definitely have a way of feeling about this man. Make no doubt about it. You know, I'm not going to hide that. You're going to know. So, but it is going to be interesting. I am excited for it. You know, just kind of writing it because I do have to write it. Like, it's not something you can really wing. You know, it's something that you got to be informed on and typed up. And that's what we're doing. But I didn't want to leave you without anything for this week. So I figured let's do these point fives. And also, like, making the point fives only audio will make me do more video episodes on the regular. Because the episode isn't for real until there's video component. So I like that kind of challenge, valuing that on to myself. We'll do that together. It'll keep me honest. But not a lot has happened, really. I'm not keeping, pace on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I'm not. I have no idea what's going on with it. I just know people are pooping in beds. But it's Amber Heard. I think she's allowed to poop in your bed. She's hot. She's hot, bruh. Hot girls get away with things sometimes. Maybe not things that we would want them to get away with, like pooping in beds, but she's a hot girl. And that's how it works when you're a hot girl. The rules don't apply to you when you're a hot girl. Everyone knows that. It's a well-known fact of life. Ask any hot girl you know. They have gotten free drinks, free food, free accommodations, free stuff all the time because you're hot. And it's interesting. People didn't get mad about that, but I kind of get it. In order to be a hot person, you have to win a genetic lottery. And that's not easy. So you should be showered with gifts. You were that lucky. You know? People who work for it, I guess the kudos is in the journey along the way of learning the skills. But if you just grow up hot, you deserve to have the lottery thrown at you. You dodged a bullet. You could have been ugly as fuck. Johnny Depp, I guess, is handsome to some people. Not to me. He's no Ben Affleck. But even he deserves, a little bit of a kudos. You were born hot. Congrats. It's two hot people going at each other. Seems kind of normal to me. I always assumed hot people were weird. Didn't surprise me Amber Heard pooped in his bed. To be a hot person, you have to accept that everything is balanced on you being hot. Because the second you're not, you're out. It's done. Hit the road, toots. That's how the world works, sadly. And listen, that's not even traditional beauty either. I think all forms of beauty go through this. Even if you're a plus size model, it hinges on you being attractive to a certain demographic. That's what modeling is. We can call it whatever we want. We can call it art or whatever. That's fine. I'm all for grifting. Remember that. But it's still at its base. You have to appeal to somebody. So of course it's going to be a little screwy. The one thing your entire life is based on is something you can't really control because you're going to age. Sure, you can start getting the Botox early, but the bills come due. Very few people get away with the Botox in the long run. That's just how it is. That doesn't surprise me. Two hot people had a really bad relationship, not surprised. I don't think two hot people could be in a relationship together. Someone has to always be a little uglier than the other, I think. And I think we all know who we are. I'm definitely the ugly one in my relationship. If you're the ugly one, hey, shout outs to you. Amber Heard is the beautiful one in that relationship. Sorry to say. Even though Johnny was abused. Hey, Johnny was abused. But Amber Heard is hot. So, listen, misogynistic as it sounds, gotta let it happen. I'm sorry, just gotta let it happen. You just gotta take the abuse, dude. Take the abuse. No, I don't believe that. I actually feel bad for him. It's weird to see a guy like Johnny Depp be abused. He's such a delightful clown in all his movies. So to think that he gets abused, it's weird. You would abuse Captain Jack Sparrow? That's really fucked up. That's Captain Jack. That's sadly Willy Wonka. That's Edward Scissorhands. You're abusing Edward Scissorhands? That's fucked up. He'd suffered enough abuse in that movie. All his films really are abuse if you think about it. So come on. You don't need that shit at home. I feel bad for the guy. But Amber Heard is hot, man, and that's something that cannot be understated. We have to address it. Sorry. It's clearly a part of the evidence, if I'm being honest with you. It's part of the evidence. Now, does she look as good as she used to look? No. This isn't Machete Amber Heard here, which was prime Amber Heard. Maybe she wasn't abusive then. That would make it her prime then. But now she's not in her prime and she's abusive. It goes to show you when the beauty starts to fade, maybe so does the civility, the humanity, the modern day hot person. But yeah, that's what I got. That's my take. If you were wondering, that's my take. I don't have much else than that. It's a very shallow take, but sometimes we're shallow people, ain't we? But yeah. What else has happened? Well, I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna tell you right now before we get. I'm not gonna play it. You're just gonna have to imagine it. But I did, for the first time in about 10 years, go to an open mic last night and performed. It was weird, but comfortable. I made the rookie mistakes again, which is nice. I guess you lose some of that shit over time. But I went. It's a friend of mine that hosts it, Abby. It's Pizzagate 2 because there's free pizza at the mic. Even though I'd be interested in the Pizzagate sequel. We do need a new conspiracy theory. We've run out of them. QAnon didn't stick. It relied on Trump too much. Wasn't a good conspiracy theory. You can't build it around people. You have to build it around anonymous groups that you can't see that are esoteric in nature. That's how a good conspiracy rolls. How it survives and thrives on. But I did perform. I did a couple of bits that I had done previously on this show in a condensed 3-minute version. You can imagine I had to go pretty fast, and I did go pretty fast. Rookie mistake. Shouldn't have done that. It was 3 minutes set, or supposed to be timed 3 minutes. Ended up being 2 minutes, 39 seconds, and I was a little disappointed in myself because I had time. I didn't keep time in my head. That was a problem. Or have like a clock somewhere. I could have done that. But I'm an idiot. I don't think about these things until it's too late. There is video footage of it, but I'm not showing that to anyone. That's for me and my friends to make fun of me with. Was it a bad set? No. Wish. Here's the problem. I sped through it. And I guess because the adrenaline got so high as went. The way I normally go on here, but faster. So essentially, how I actually talk in real life. We know this is how I talk in real life, but super engaged. Like, think of it like Super Saiyan Ralph. Just shooting the entire time. Not coming up for air. Couple of laughs, couple of groans. I can live with it. Crowd filled with other comedians, so it's a little different, a little harder to make them laugh because you're amongst your peers. You're really just there to get the reps in. It's gym. It's a gym, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing lifts, No one really applauds all the lifts. You applaud the most interesting lifts or the heaviest lifts. But it was the first time in 10 years. I didn't mention it. My boy Abby reminded me that a lot of people do mention it. To kind of get that sympathy. As we call in wrestling, a cheap pop. I didn't want a cheap pop. I just wanted to go in there as dry as possible. And I did. And then I originally was going to go up. Around 10 a.m. that day, I had talked to the boys. They were talking about going to the open mic. And Mike was like, you should go up. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think I have anything. He's like, oh, you only got to do 3 minutes. Like most people, some people do a minute up there and they come back down. So I thought about it and went, you know what? If I'm into it by noon, I'll go do it. But by 10:30, I was already writing and condensing it on the off chance that I decided to do it. Luckily, work was dead that day, so I was able to practice, perform it, and get it down right. But even on my way there, I still wasn't 100% convinced that I was going to go up. You always leave that percentage for error. It's not that I'm afraid to. It's that I always felt that I needed to be a bit more right and put together. Given that I had done this before, at least for 2 years before. So, I kind of wanted to do it in a more controlled way, I guess. To maximize win instead of, effort. But I got there, talked to my girlfriend about it. She encouraged me. And so I talked to a few other people, just I'm thinking about it. I actually ran into a coworker on my way there. I told him I was going to, I might go up. He said, you should. That takes balls. You should go up there. So I went, I did. Wasn't nervous about it. I just really wanted to do it already. And just get it done and get it past me. I kind of did I care how the set went? Yeah, but this was more like a forcing a set out just to whatever bomb or reaction I get. I just finally have one now and I can just move on to the next thing or the next stage of it, get past the initial whatever. And it was good. The reaction in general was fine. No one hated me. People were indifferent. I can live with that. But I think for the most part, my energy kind of woke up the room a little bit. I did see some people kind of sit back and, it's That energy. The confidence was there, I think mainly because at this point in my life, what's it not to be confident about if I have the history in it? You know, I've done something. You know, I did open mics for 2 years. Like, I know what it is. It's just shaking off, rust. But I did it, and I went up there. I don't remember a lot of it. I haven't even watched the video back, to be honest with you. I'm taking some time away from it before I do it. But I already remember, like, how it went. Like, during it, I probably recorded no memory. I probably blacked out, and now it's coming back to me. But, yeah, I went too fast. A boy went too fast. But it was nice. Someone said that they felt like I was doing it for years recently. And that felt good. That I at least looked competent still. The naturalness was still there. I'm not saying I'm a natural, great. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if there's one thing I'm a natural at is the performance part of it. I will, give myself to it. It's just getting me there is the problem. That's the one talent I think I have, that I pontificate well when I'm actually speaking words correctly or saying words correctly. Do you see what I'm talking about now? These words I use that are the simplest words. I'm never going to get past it. That's me for life. I'm always going to have weird word choices. I'm stuck. I'm fucked. Can't get around that. But it was cool. My boy Mike came out. He brought his brother and a friend of theirs, and it was nice, to have some friends there. And it was just good to feel supported. It was good to feel that there was. You gotta understand, me and Mike don't really know each other like that. You know what I mean? Like, me and Mike, we became friends, over time, while working together. We're still early in our friendship. And for him to do that was really cool and really sweet. To be there. And, to even put the little bug in my ear, man. Like, yeah, let's go. And we had a great time. Even afterwards, we had a great time. Talking shit, eating free Alligator Lounge pizza. It was fun. And I think the whole experience was fun. It was the best way for it to happen. I have no negative reactions to it. I do want to get up again. I think I have some things I can pull around and start putting together. But it's just a matter of just writing that down. But yeah, it was cool. And I missed it. I didn't realize how much I missed it till it was done. And just talking to other comedians, oh, you're good, just that kind of encouragement. I missed that. There's the vaudevilleness of it. The problem is, there was a wrestling tag team called the Vaudevillains. So now when I think of vaudeville, I think of them immediately. So then the words get mixed around. There's a sense of vaudeville in the fucking thing. And it's nice. Is that, when I used to watch it in movies, I'm like, that's show business, baby. But is it? I don't know. But it's a cool open mic. It's Thursdays, 7:30. Sign up at 7. Alligator Lounge in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. But yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing that happened. And I felt really good about it. My mom thought it was great. I showed a video later. My brother, super hype. The Wonderkin was hype. The Wonderkin was texting me paragraphs, bro. You know how hype he has to be to text a brother paragraphs? Normally he just waits till I walk through the door, but he couldn't wait. All the boys thought it was pretty solid. Some saw potential, some said bad crowd. But some, well, the good point, you gotta slow down. Gotta slow down. And they were right. It was a rookie mistake. I had the time. I wasn't confident in my ability to make the time, and I overcompensated in that moment. It's amazing what your mind and body will do when you're backed into a corner. How it decides to solve problems. So it was cool. I guess I still can say it's cool. And the feeling afterwards now just is I gotta do it again. And I gotta do it more. Luckily, a lot more open mics are earlier, so I can get them done early in the evening and still make it at a reasonable time to hit bed for work. I know that's kind of a coward's way of doing the business, some would say, but I think the business has changed to a point where there's so many places to do comedy that people have multiple. I think we're in the middle of another boom, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Dan Soder's gotten into my head about that when he said it on Joe Rogan, but I don't know. I think it's going to be here for a bit. I think live events are coming back a bit. I don't think it's just because of COVID. I just think in general, people want to get back out there again. Production, no. The audio might be a little... It's not going to be perfect. Our cloud lifter is the damage, I think. Or one of the cords of damage. I got to replace it. So I think for a bit, we'll be having just the mic to the mixer. It's not as clear. It's clear enough. But I would like it to be clearer. And have less noise in it. Like, I'm sure you can hear stuff in the background now. Like my fridge and stuff. Because we're recording this at home. Yeah, it's a little different. Okay. So we were able to find why it was acting up before, I think, the audio. Yeah. The noise gate said, yeah, this is why we need the cloud lifter back. Because without the cloud lifter, it's not good. It's not good, Bobby. Yeah, get on it. Anyway. Open mics, bro. They're fun. I guess we were able to fix it for the ending of this week's episode. Yeah, I'll be going back to do it again. It's not fear. It's not fear, dude. And I think that's one thing that I can say. Like, it's not fear. It's really just wanting to do it right and not waste my time. But I don't think I will be wasting my time. It felt really good. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see how this goes. But Anchor let us know that we're close to getting a little bit of monetization around here. We just got to get a few more listeners. And then we can talk about Anchor on air. And they'll pay us to do it. So, in pennies. But we'll take whatever shekels we can get. We are not a prideful bunch here at WRKM. They're happy I'm bringing in any money. Though they refuse to pay me still. I don't know how long this contract's going to work out. Even just give me the laundry detergent money that everyone else is getting. I can promote laundry detergent. We're going to get our own sponsors around here. Yeah. We're going to call companies directly and get our own sponsorships. And we'll even produce their merch. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Watch out, WRKM. Ralph's on the marketing prowl. Sponsor Alley. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a few more listeners to this podcast, do stand up. I don't know. Who knows? The world's open. The world is open. Or is it? Or is it? Who knows how this is going to end? I don't know. Not me, not you, nobody. So in the end, here's a 0.5 episode. We'll be back with a video episode next week. And then the episode after that is the one we're working heavily on right now. It's going to be a solid one, I think. I'm not going to say it's going to be great, but I am really proud of the work we're doing for it. Yeah. And hopefully it reaches a different demographic, you know? Teaching topics, talking history, that could be really fun. Anyway, with that being said, should we have the typical goodbye for the 0.5 episode? Should we do something different for the 0.5? I don't think so. I thought about it for a brief moment, and I have decided against it. That's how quickly decisions get made around here. But no matter what I choose, I know we both know how this one is going to end.